using the numerological influences as well as the lunar cycles. And I also look at Mercury retrograde, which is coming. So I want to talk about what's in store for us next week, because we're going to have a significant shift in energy. Now, we've been experiencing Mercury retrograde a little bit already. My computer crashed this morning. There's been some challenges in communication, definitely feeling the energy of that already as we come into the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Now, poor little Mercury gets a bit of a bad rap. So sometimes we think, oh, Mercury retrograde is coming. We can't do anything. Don't try to launch anything. Don't try to promote anything. It's just not going to work. All your tech is going to fail. And although there can be challenges, you're not at the whim of it. You get to decide how you experience it. But what we're being invited into with this particular Mercury retrograde is a slowing down, a sacred pause, a moment to check in with the bigger picture, to come back out to that 60,000-foot view instead of being so caught in the minutia of the day-to-day, of all the moving pieces, of the to-do list of 52 million things, and instead just coming back to that bigger picture, the bigger picture of your dream, of your vision, the bigger picture of what you're creating in your business, the bigger picture of your life, really just slowing down and pausing in that. Now, what can you expect during Mercury retrograde? Absolutely expect delays. Things will not happen as fast as you want them to. Technology will be challenging. Driving will be challenging. People forget to use their signal lights during Mercury retrograde because Mercury is about communication. And so we forget to communicate. We don't communicate clearly. A signal light is a clear communication indicator. And so people will forget to do that. Traffic will be backed up in places. Just slow down, breathe, take a moment to enjoy the extra spaciousness that is being gifted to you instead of getting frustrated. So be mindful that you don't throw a fit when things aren't working. As an ex-virtual assistant, I work with technology a lot. And there were times back in the day where I would have a complete hissy fit because if I clicked the button, it wouldn't do the thing. Well, if you click the button and it doesn't do the thing, walk away, because you're being asked to create spaciousness. You're not meant to sit there and keep clicking the damn button, hoping that it all of a sudden will start working. You're being invited to slow down, to take a breath, to let go of perfection, to not nitpick at all the tiny little details. Again, big picture. Come back to the big picture. So we come into Mercury retrograde on Wednesday of next week, but like I said, we're already experiencing it. We're already feeling it. My computer crashed this morning. I almost panicked, and then I took a step back and relaxed. It's all going to be okay. And it was, because here I am on my computer. So just be aware of that. What's happening in Mercury retrograde, in any Mercury retrograde, is we're being offered a reset, a moment to just put things down for a second. Don't put them off, but put them down and stop carrying all the weight around. I like to think of Mercury retrograde as stopping to take the proverbial rock out of your shoe. Like maybe there's something in your life or in your business that you've kind of just been tolerating, that it's like annoying, but not enough to really make some change around it. You know that you quote unquote should be doing it this way or a different way, but you haven't quite implemented that thing yet. Mercury retrograde is a moment to pause and take a look at that rock in your shoe and take the damn thing out so that you're no longer tolerating, you're no longer suffering, and you create the change in that 3-week period of Mercury retrograde that's going to help you be more free, step forward more clearly into your future, into your dream. So because it's Mercury retrograde, we often have this idea in our heads that we need to not promote, not share, be easy with the communication, step away from social media. Now, I'm a huge advocate for digital detox and stepping away from things, but don't give up on your dream just because it's Mercury retrograde. Don't blame Mercury retrograde for not being able to do what you want to do. Just know that doing what you want to do might take a little longer. It might go a little slower during Mercury retrograde, and you're going to have to be very clear in your communication. So dig into those benefits even more. Speak clearly about what you want, what you mean, how you're sharing. Oftentimes arguments can break out during Mercury retrograde because there's a lack of clear communication. So use your words. As I would say to my intimate partner, use your words. Talk to me, share with me what's happening, because you can't read minds. And we don't want to read minds. We want to connect and communicate. And Mercury retrograde gives us an opportunity to up-level our communication skills. All right, so with Mercury retrograde coming in on Wednesday, I've got lots of notes here to look at. As I was looking at this week, it's really an opportunity for us to slow down. We're in that club's energy that is about communication. We're kicking off Mercury retrograde in clubs, all about communicating. And we begin the week with a 5 of clubs ruling 9 energy. Now, this is really about choosing how you're going to show up for the week, choosing a higher experience, letting yourself know that no matter what's going on in the energy, you're not at the whim of it. You get to be the decider. You're in the driver's seat here. And so at the beginning of the week, set some intention. Set the intention that you're going to be creative. You're going to communicate clearly. You're going to keep going and follow through, that you're not going to get distracted or thrown off course because some sort of technology didn't work properly, that you're set the intention that you're going to look for possibility rather than just throw your papers in the air and give up, right? So set that intention at the beginning of the week. Let go of the need for perfection. It's better to get it out there than it is to have all the bolts and nuts tied tightly and all ducks in a row. I'm mixing metaphors. It's all good. So as we move into Tuesday, we've got a 4 of clubs, 1 energy day. So as we get closer to Mercury retrograde, we've got some energy coming in the middle of the week that's going to create some sort of mental spinning. You may find that you don't sleep well. You may find that you're woken up in the middle of the night. You may find that your mind is spinning, and that can create anxiety. So the 4 of clubs day on Tuesday is really inviting us into a grounded energy. You may have a lot of ideas flying through your head. Let them be there. Let them flow through. Write them down. It doesn't mean you need to take action on them right now. As ideas flow, you don't necessarily need to do anything about it. Ideas are just ideas. They're not necessarily a full, complete sentence. They're just a thought. And so you get to play with these thoughts and decide which ones you want to work with, which ones you don't. But we need to first ground into them and make a commitment that this is an idea, a thought that I want to take action on, instead of all of a sudden trying to take action on all of them and then getting overwhelmed. So write them down and just rest into them. Tuesday is a day to rest the mind. It's not about trying to control everything. It's not about trying to figure out all the hows. It's about allowing those new ideas to come through and having a sacred pause. There is a sacred pause available to you on Tuesday. And there's a reason for that, because there's an energy on Friday that's going to be a reverse of Tuesday, that's going to allow for even more ideas to flow through, almost like the succinct, complete sentence coming through on Friday. So on Tuesday, just let those ideas be what they are, write them down. No need to have it all figured out. Now, we move into Wednesday, Thursday. Here's where Mercury retrograde begins officially. And then we've got 3 of clubs, 2 of clubs energy. This is where anxiety can come in. This is where the mental spinning can come in. This is where all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't know if this whole idea of what I want to do is even going to work. And oh my God, freaking out, doubts, insecurities, all this stuff can rise up. And what you're being asked to do on that Wednesday and Thursday is to create. Do something with your hands, write, paint, draw, dance around the living room, cook an amazing meal, go for a walk, spend time in nature. You are amplifying your dream, not your fears. I saw this quote this morning, and I'm going to find it here. As soon as I wrote it down, I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect. Fear and faith both demand that you believe in something that you can't see. Which one will you choose to believe in? Let me say that again. Fear and faith both demand that you believe in something you can't see. Which one will you choose? That's Wednesday and Thursday. because all your fears and all your doubts, it's like being in a boat surrounded by sharks. Do not put your hands in the water. Stay in the damn boat. Big picture. Imagine your dream. Let your intuition guide you. Spend time outside. Move the body. Move that energy. Because your fears don't outlive your faith if you choose your faith. Choose to believe in your dream. Choose to come to the deep burning why of why you want what you want. Choose to allow creativity to flow through on that dream. And when you hear those little niggling little sharks, just say, no, not today, not today. Today, I choose my dream. And keep your head down. Keep focused on where you're going, not where you've been, or not where you think you could end up if it doesn't work, right? Think about where you could end up if it does work. That's what Wednesday and Thursday is about. And then we move into that Friday energy, that Friday being the flip of Tuesday with an Ace of Clubs ruling 4 energy. Here's where more spaciousness is needed. So all this week, create space for yourself. Do not fill your schedule with 1,000 things to do. Create space because information is coming through. Have you ever had those moments where you like had a busy day and then you go have a shower and you have like the best idea, or you wake up in the middle of the night and have the best idea? It's because you finally stopped long enough for the universe to go, she's quiet, or he's quiet, and now I can get this idea through to them. So give yourself space, because on Friday there's going to be a lot more of that information coming through. It almost feels like there's an energy of your ideas, whatever happened on Tuesday, coming into a bit of grounded energy where you see the pathway forward. Now, to me, Friday feels a little bit like Clydesdale energy, like slow and steady wins the race. Don't be a thoroughbred and all over the fucking place. Be a Clydesdale, one step at a time. Just move forward with commitment, with conviction, with knowing that you believe in your dream enough that you can do hard things, that you can take action, that you can do this. And that you don't have to have it all figured out right now. Things are going to be messy in Mercury retrograde. That's just what it is. You get to decide how you choose to experience it. So will you slow down? Will you allow yourself to be, so that that information, those ideas, those downloads can come through so that you can then ground them in? Because over the weekend, we move into Hearts energy. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. There's a harmonization, but there's an opportunity here for you to choose love over all else, to choose to love your vision, to choose to love the pathway forward, not needing to do the pathway forward yet, but really just coming from that place of deep love and compassion, knowing that you can lead from that place, that you can lead from the place of knowing your community, knowing that you belong, knowing that you are all heart. And you can drive yourself forward from the heart, knowing that your dream and your faith in your dream is all you need.